Hi, I'm Cara Graver at the Cobb Studio, and I'm here to show you the honeycomb stitch. This is a stitch you could actually do on probably any size needle with any size yarn. And the benefit of this stitch, while it doesn't maybe show up too much that it's different, it's very thick. It's more like a waffle weave or an insulated thing, so it would make a nice texture and a nice warmth. And it's basically 2 rows repeated but offset from each other. So you have to start with a basic knitting row or 2, and then you can get into it. The first row goes like this. You knit 1, and then you knit deeper. And by knitting deeper, I mean I go into the hole underneath that stitch. And then I knit 1 and knit deeper. Knit 1, knit deeper. And I found that I really had to keep telling myself what I was doing because it was easy to get distracted. Knit 1, knit deeper. Knit deeper. Knit 1, knit deeper. Knit 1, knit deeper. Knit 1, knit deeper. Okay, now for the second row in the pattern, we're going to knit 1 and knit another one to get to the offset part. And there's a long yarn in front of the next stitch. So I'm going to go into the long yarn and into the stitch. So I guess I would call that, and then I'm going to knit 1. I guess I would call that knitting 2, knitting that long yarn and then the other loop. Knit 1, knit the long yarn into the stitch. Knit 1, the long yarn into the stitch. Knit 1, knit the long yarn into the stitch. Knit 1, knit the long yarn into the stitch. And you can tell what made that long yarn. That's one of the fun things about knitting. After you know the directions, you say, well, what made that happen? And once you understand it, it's really cinchy. Now, it doesn't show up for a while, but those are the 2 rows that you repeat to get the honeycomb stitch. I'm Cara Graver at the Cobb Studio, and that was the honeycomb stitch.